And I think I lost some of you guys. Turns out I can't take my headphones out without it turns off the meeting. All right, anyway, so hopefully you guys jump back on. Let's go ahead and get started in a seat. So legs crossed, closing down those eyes, sit up nice and tall, roll those shoulders down and back. Begin to a few neck rolls, side to side, maybe that full circle, half circle. And then bring that head back up to neutral, closing down those eyes. Take a big breath in through the nose. And out through the nose. And feeling that breath as it moves up the spine on that inhale. And exhale, feel yourself grounding into the mat. A couple more times. And just focusing on each half breath, so focus on that inhale, then on that exhale. Now let's take your right hand out to the side. Okay, pull that shoulder down and back. Left arm reaches up, that way across the opposite side of your head, and really, really gently. So it's mostly just gravity, but your hand is putting a little extra weight on there to give you that nice stretch through the neck. And tucking that chin just slightly. Pressing that head back into that imaginary wall behind you. And then release, bring it back up to the other side. So left arm out to the side, pull that shoulder open a little bit more. Right arm reaches up, grabbing to the other side of that head. We'll gently pull that head, the ear down to that shoulder. You can tuck the chin slightly and then pull the head back. Not a huge movement, nothing dramatic, just teeny tiny little movements here. Moving that stretch from the side of the neck into the back of the neck. And then we'll bring that head back up. Good. Reach those arms up overhead. Let's twist it over to that right side. So sit really tall on that inhale. Exhale, twist looking over that shoulder. Bring it back to center, reach those arms up, and exhale, twist it to the other side. Sit tall and twist. And bring it back to neutral spine, reaching those arms up. Let's side stretch it over to that right side. Inhale it back up to the other side. Left arm or right arm reaches up and over. Side bend. And bring it back up. Let's go ahead and roll onto hands and knees. So hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath those hips. Inhale, drop that belly, lift the chest, lift the tailbone, look up. Exhale, round that spine, press the shoulder blades away, draw that belly up and in. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chest, lift the tailbone, look up. And exhale, round. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, round. And one more time, inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Bring it back to neutral. Let's send that right leg straight back. Flex that foot, point the toes down. Left arm is reaching forward. Exhale, curl that knee and draw that elbow in. Squeeze it together. Inhale, extend it back out. Exhale, curl. Inhale, reach. One more time. Curl and reach. Hold it here. Nice tight core. We're going to pulse the hand and the leg up. So Go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower that hand down, lower that knee down to the other side. Let's extend that left leg out, right arm is reaching forward. So rotating that left outer hip down, pressing through the heel, and curl it in. Inhale, reach. Exhale, curl. Inhale, reach. Last one, curl it in. Reach it back out, now keeping that nice tight core roll pulse. So we want to feel this in our butt and in our shoulder, not in our low back. Okay, so lifting for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the hand down, lower that knee down, maybe adding some sways from side to side, moving through those cat-cows. Let's keep those hips over those knees. Walk those hands forward. So grip those palms in, pull towards each other, and then think pull back, like we're trying to pull those shoulders back into the sockets. And then we'll start to soften that head down to the mat. So if the shoulders are feeling really tight, maybe it just hovers. Maybe that head can come all the way down. And then from there, try and pull that chest down towards the mat a little bit more. Staying really active through those shoulders. And let's lift up just slightly. We're going to slide that left arm underneath the right, lowering that left ear down towards the mat, pulling that right shoulder down. And now slide that right hand back so it's right underneath that shoulder, then press and twist, opening up through that chest. So again, that right arm, or the left arm, I guess, is staying down. Just a little stretch through that upper back, a T-spine. And bring it back down. So we'll switch sides, extend that left hand out. So we're still gripping and pulling that shoulder back as we thread. Pull that right arm under, pulling that left shoulder down towards the mat. And then we'll slide that hand back underneath the shoulder, press, and just open up that chest. We're trying to open up the chest towards the side wall. And slowly release, just come back onto hands and knees. If you need a few more cat-cows, kind of loosen everything up. You can. Now let's step those feet back to our plank and hips to the sky, down dog. So pressing the hips up, pressing those heels down, maybe pedaling those feet out, whatever you need, stretching out the calves, hamstrings, got any kinks in those ankles. And now let's inhale on the toes. And those knees, step those feet up to the top of the mat. Sliding the hands to the shins, half lift. And slide those hands down as we fold. Bend into those knees, nice flat back. Rise up to standing, reach up tall. Side bend to the right. Inhale it up. Side bend to the left. Inhale it back up. Flat back as we fold. Hands to the shins, lengthening out again. Then exhale, we'll plant those hands down, stepping those feet back to our plank. Shift that weight forward, going lower down onto the stomach, point the toes, shoulders roll down and back. Lifting through the chest. Maybe press up a little bit higher into that up dog if that feels all right. And exhaling those hips to the sky, down dog. One more breath. And inhale on the toes. Bend those knees, step those feet, top of the mat. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Bend into the knees, rise up to standing, reach it up tall. Side bend to the right. Inhale it up. To the left. Inhale it back up. Exhale, flat back as we fold. Inhale the half lift. Exhale, pulling up those hands. Step those feet back to our plank. Lower down. Inhale, lift cobra or up dog. And exhaling those hips to the sky, down dog. And bring those feet together. Inhaling, that right leg lifts. Curl that knee to the nose. Step that foot through. In that runner's lunge. It's really active through the feet. That right heel's pulling back, left toes are pulling forward, strong through that back thigh. And then press those hips forward and down. One more breath. And then we'll lower that back knee. Inhale those arms up overhead. Core stays nice and tight. Relax those shoulders down. Then we'll bring those hands to heart center. Start to hover that chest, and then we'll twist. That left elbow comes across that right thigh. Keep pressing as we lift and twist. And bring it back to neutral. Hands down, straighten that front leg as we fold. So really lift through that chest. Pulling those toes back. And rebend into that knee. Step it back to a down dog. And we'll go to the other side. We'll step that left foot through to that left thumb. Good, so really strong from the back leg. Press the left foot, right toes into the mat, and then pull towards the midline. So left heel pulls back, right toes are pulling forward. Hold it for another breath. And then lower that knee down. Inhale those arms up overhead. Core stays tight. Press those hips forward. Relax the shoulders. And bring those hands to heart center. Hover that chest and twist. Left elbow or right elbow looks across that thigh, that left thigh. And bring it back to center. Straighten that front leg as we fold. So keeping that back as flat as we can. One more length. And then we'll rebend into that knee. Go and step it back to our down dog. And then come onto those toes. Step those feet top of the mat. Toes together, find that half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, sink those hips down to that chair. Relax those shoulders. Hands come to heart center. Twist it over to that right side. Inhale, center. Exhale it to the left. Bring it back to center. Reach those arms forward. Sink down a little lower. And then straighten those legs as we fold. Again, find that half lift. And plant those hands. Go step those feet back to a plank. Let's move through that vinyasa. Exhaling it to down dog when you're ready. No rush through that vinyasa. Then feet together. Inhale, right leg lifts. Curl that knee and step that foot through. And in this runner's lunge, so back knee is lifted, thigh is strong, feet are really active, right heel back, left toes forward. So we want to be so active with those feet that we can just lift those hands up off of the mat. And then go ahead and lower that knee down. Reaching those arms up, core tight, pressing those hips forward. And bring the hands to heart center. Twist that left elbow, comes across that knee. Look over that shoulder. And bring it back to neutral. Straighten that front leg, half split. And rebend. Step back. Down dog. Other side. Left leg steps. Let's go and inhale it up. Curl that knee and step that foot through. And on those fingertips, strong for those legs. So again, left heel back, right toes are pulling forward. So strong for those legs that we can lift those hands up off of the mat. One more breath. And then lower that knee down. Inhale the arms up. Hands come to heart center. Cover that chest. And twist. Bring it back to neutral. Straighten that leg as we fold. Then rebend into that knee. Plant those hands. Step it back to our down dog. And come onto the toes. Bend those knees. Step those feet top of the mat. Toes together. Half lift. And fold. Inhale, rise. Sink those hips down. Hands come to heart center. Twist it to the right. Center to the left. And center, reaching those arms up. Sink those hips down nice and low. And straighten those legs as we fold. Now go ahead and take a big step back. We're going to kind of do two things here. We're going to heel to walk that right foot out a little bit wider. So that right foot's coming to the edge of the mat, the wide side of the mat. And then the left leg is going to step back. Okay. So you can, there's going to be a little bit of a, it's not the best transition. Let's put it that way. There might be some adjustment with those feet. Now start here. So just a little bit wider runner's lunge stance. Okay, so the hands are inside the feet this time. And that back leg is nice and strong. Right heel pulls back. Left toes are pulling forward. Core is tight. And then lower that back knee down. Twist. Right arm reaches up. Lower that hand down. Then lower onto those forearms. Nice flat spine. Pulling that chest forward. And come back to the hands. Go ahead and step it back. A little easier transition this way. So we'll go down dog and we'll go other side. So left foot's going to step outside that left hand. Start with that back knee lifted. So again, really active through the feet. Right toes forward, left toes back. And let's lower that back knee down. Let's twist. Left arm reaches up. And then we'll lower that forearm down. Maybe both, maybe just one. Breathe here. And then come back to those hands. Step it back to a down dog. Another breath here. We'll lower onto those knees. Come to a seat. Let's finish off with a little twist and a side bend. Kind of how we started. Reach the arms up. We'll twist it to the right. Sit tall on that inhale. Exhale, looking over that shoulder. So twisting from the neck all the way down to that tailbone. Inhale it back up. Exhale to the other side. Bring it back to center. Reach it up tall. Side bend over to the right. Inhale it up to the left. Inhale, bring it back up. Hands on those knees, roll those shoulders down and back, close down those eyes. Take that big breath in through the nose and out through the nose. 2 more on your own. And then blinking those eyes open. All right. Thank you all so much. Have a great day, and I will see you guys tomorrow.